Hello, when it comes to working on the train, there's a few decisions you have to make to streamline your process and to make your life a lot easier when you do so. My name is Oliver. I'm working mostly on the train, but also in my restaurants in Switzerland, and these are my top tips to make your life on the train a little easier. So number one, if you get a laptop and you work with a laptop on the train, make sure that you have enough brightness on your display, because if you have to buy a laptop and it has like 300 or 400 nits of brightness, you might end up in a scenario that you cannot really see the screen. As you see right now, there's light coming in and out, there's tunnels, etc., and the automatic mechanisms of the laptops usually are not either reacting fast enough or the peak brightness is not enough to give you enough clearance on the screen. The second thing I would recommend you to do, especially if you have like confidential data on your screen, get like a Kensington screen protector or something, so you have the opportunity to block out some of the light, and that makes it a lot easier for yourself to keep your privacy alive and be alert on it, and no one else can read it. There's usually a 2D or 4D screen protectors. One are just protecting to the sides, some other from the higher level. But I think on a train, most of the times it's completely fine if it's the sides, because over the rows it's already difficult for people to see you. The second part is, and this is holds true especially if you have a Mac. So since you have already USB-C on your device, I usually just take one power brick with me. And that could be, in this case right now, the one which I'm having here. This is the Hyper. It has two USB-C, two USB-A, and it is a 100-watt charger. It's 100 watt. And if you're in the US, it's only this way, because you can just unfold it. It makes it a lot easier. That also comes with a plug there was an outlet for other countries like UK, and this one, which is for many European countries, totally fine. Next up, I'm having this USB-C to USB-C cable, which is multi-use. I use it for charging the laptop. I also use it for external hard drives if I have something with me. And for me, get it short, but not too short. If you're using an M1 Mac, usually your Mac is not the problem which is failing on you from the electricity. It is any other device which makes the problem. And if it is if it's the Mac, then yeah, something is going to be really crazy on the day, I would say. If you don't have a Mac or an older version, let's say an M1, yeah, get this cable in longer, and I will show you why you then can take the lightning cable in short. Which brings us to the lightning cable. The lightning cable I have in 1 meter, which is totally fine, because I usually connect it to either a power outlet. One is right here, and sometimes it's up there. And with this one in combination, I usually get around and get it everywhere where I need it to be. But most of the times I'm just directly plugging it to the MacBook, which I'm recording from right now. And there's enough power inside that one. Or I use my iPad as a power bank. Those are the simple options I'm taking, because therefore I save myself all the meters of cable which I had to have with me if I would do it in another way. Next part for working on the train is get yourself a little nutrition. Either you get something to eat with you, get something to drink with you. Not all trains in Switzerland have a service or a bar on the train. The Intercities usually have a restaurant, which reopened last week, but they are not having two restaurants like in the past right now for the COVID crisis. Or they have just a mini bar where you have to pay cash and no card payment, etc., etc. So I usually try to have at least like some water with me and maybe a chocolate bar, whatever, because sometimes it's just the difference between getting a headache or, on the other hand, having a good time working. What I did not have with me today, and which I regret already, is I don't have a tripod with me. If you have to make video conferences, Zoom calls, etc., that's sometimes nice to get a better perspective on yourself. But as you see right now, the video footage is okay. I'm not so sure yet about the audio, but you can leave me a comment down below and tell me how the audio had been using the MacBook mics while sitting on a train going through a tunnel as it is right now. But at least there's no lens flare anymore on the screen. So for me, I'm now on my way home. This is basically the last time I'm checking my emails also. Great habit if you have to commute and if you're able to work on the train. I check my emails in the morning and I check my emails in the evening when I go home. Evening could be relative to whatever time I'm returning home. That could be late, it could be early on. But I consider email as something like post, like physical mail, and I'm not running to my mailbox every 5 minutes to see if something is in there. Even though I would have probably the option, but it makes no sense to me. If it's something urgent, a phone call is the appropriate solution in my case, which I consider. Secondly, being on the train gives you also an opportunity to work more consistent and more focused. And therefore, many times, and I said it in another video before, after 30 minutes of my 1 hour commute, I already have most of my emails being processed, and then I can move forward to some relaxation, or I can listen to some audiobooks or get other things done. And last but not least, everything which comes to paperwork, etc., I try to pre-process it, sort it, and make a reminder for myself as soon as I arrive on a physical location like a restaurant or a train station where I can go to the post and just get it out. The next trend I'm using when I'm on the road is TeamViewer. It's incredible how many things you get done if you are able to log on to a different computer. The cost for this is around 30-40 francs a month for one user and 3 devices to go away from. But on the other hand, there are other contract options as well. But we stick with TeamViewer right now, and we are super stoked with that because it makes our life so much easier. You don't have to transfer files, and you have the right file at the right place. You can print from there, you can print documents from your computer to a computer being connected with TeamViewer. So these are my major helping points being on the train. That's the major parts here. This is what I wanted to talk about today when it comes to working on the train. If you have less space, if you are in a more crowded train, an iPad will be a great solution. If you have more space, like I have it here right now, I'm the only one in the whole compartment, then I definitely go for a laptop because I can work more easily and more productive. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see more of this, then check out the videos I will put later here. Or on the other hand, just subscribe to the channel and join the community here, where I share insights on my daily commutes, also the tech I'm using and the gear I'm having with me all the time, or almost all the time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.